Welcome, Virgo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I'm getting ready to do a new moon in Cancer for you. And I'm going to start with the overall energy of the moon card. This has been coming up for a lot of you earth signs, some fire signs as well. The moon is about really going to that place within, that place where you hide feelings, keep secrets, or tentatively attempt to explore those behaviors, those patterns, those uncomfortable events that you realize have marked your life and don't feel safe to explore. The moon card gives us power through our powers of reflection and the ability to look at things in a safe place, in a place that is sacred for you. That can be your meditation, that can be your prayers, that can be your dream work, your journal work. It can be in a therapy or counseling session that provides the safety that is so essential in exploring sometimes very painful experiences, but ones that ultimately measure our courage in facing up to them in order to ultimately release them. This is a powerful healing opportunity for you in trying to find clarity if things are confusing or something is eluding your awareness. Sometimes it is the result of our not acknowledging our feelings around it, and sometimes those feelings have been triggered or wrapped in uncomfortable memories. Underneath the deck, you have the Chariot card. This is lovely. So the Moon card is number 18 and the Chariot number 7. There's something there. The Chariot is about your ability to focus on your goals, your ability to release those distractions that for many of you are routine, customary. They're certainly expected. But acknowledging, accepting yourself, your talent, your worth, your skill, respecting that skill and talent enough to know that you have to give yourself space to exercise your craft, your skills, your gift, so that you can move clearly towards your goals. This is you not accepting, this is you accepting who you are, not who others want you to be. And that for many, particularly earth signs, but we all struggle with this at times, a desire to be approved of and even more importantly, to be loved. And sometimes we have believed by doing what others ask of us that will earn us the love, and we have more often than not been sorely disappointed. So this is a lot about self-respect. The respect to do what is right for you, despite the pull, the distraction of others expecting you to fix them as a priority. I'm going to clarify with a crystal oracle. Your reading feels so intense already, and I've pulled the fire agate. And the key word here is creativity. So yes, I allow the creativity of my soul to shine through into the world. There's a lot that you have to give, and the fact that you are uncovering some of the uncomfortable habits or behaviors you recognize that are the result of your actions, your words, is a sign of bravery, courage gained from exercising yourself as creatively as possible within the constraints that often are represented by the needs, the demands, the unreasonable requests of others, those constraints. You've learned to operate pretty powerfully within them. But at this time, you are aware that nothing should hold you back. Nothing can hold you back. There's something clear that you must achieve. And in order to do so, you must focus in a way that this passion allows you to do so. I am going to start with the 10th house, the house of your social identity, and the Ace of Swords is about how others see you as bearing the sword of truth, the slayer of illusions, because the swords have to do with the spoken word, the written word, language, presentation, history, story, narrative, conversation, discourse. This is quite likely the arena where you are pursuing a huge breakthrough in your research, in your academic field, in your area of expertise. Others see you that way. They expect the truth from you, even when, and it often does, hurt. And this makes me think that you are somehow representing a perspective that has been marginal. And there are some aspects of that that are required that you felt are necessary to tamper down a bit in order to get the essence of your message clear. And clearly, this has to do with speaking truth to power. But if you want to keep your job, you have to do it in a certain way. And you've been able to walk that tightrope for a very long time. But something can't be held back now. You have an opportunity. Perhaps there are outward events that are bringing you colleagues, connections, new collaborators that didn't exist in the past. And this is providing, this new audience is hungry for the truth that you have been building through your practice. In the first house, the Page of Wands. So this opportunity for you to move towards the fuller expression of work that you've done over a long period of time is impacting your mindset, your perspective, the way you're approaching your work with a new level of enthusiasm and excitement as you plan this very intentional informational campaign or very clear and inspired presentation that you're making. So you are aware that you have felt constrained in a way that you no longer feel. You're in a position where you can take full responsibility for wherever this truth lands for others, wherever these new ideas land. You can not only receive the recognition, the accolade, the connection that you're making towards something that is inspired by your natural skill, your natural desire, who you literally are. You're empowering that in a way that is new for you, that is bringing you a kind of exuberance or an excitement. There may be a young person, a child, or children, youthful people, I should say students, who are assisting you in this way. Perhaps they are the voice of ideas that you have helped to shape. And in that way, you are tapping into a level of energy that is new for you. In the fourth house, the house of your foundation, your home, your family of origin, justice, speaks about a balancing of the scales. So this again brings up the idea that you have been constrained by the expectations of others. There's a way in which you appear to have taken responsibility for the needs of the family, of family members, perhaps an individual family member, or perhaps for a family of your own. But it does not feel as though it has been balanced or equal in some way. And even your ability to remove yourself from something that was not successful or equal or balanced is gaining you the reward that you've earned. You're deserving of something here that has been withheld from you. And I feel perhaps it is this current thrust of truthfulness, of illumination, of new information, new ideas that have been building up, and that you now have the voice that matches the power of your ideas, that is bringing you the attention, the accolades, the rewards that you have earned. And in the 7th house, we have the High Priestess. This reflects back on a secret, an important secret in your relationships. It can be the truth of relationships that have been imbalanced, a way in which others have, it appears to have relied on you, on your willingness to do what needed to be done, even if that same attention, care, willingness to nurture and support others was not reciprocated. There was something in your past that represented a different way, and I don't think you ever resolved that opportunity. This feels as though you were shown another way. There was a possibility to go differently. And it isn't that you didn't make the right choice. It is not a judgment at all. It's not a fault. You made the choice you made, but you've never left that connection behind, not truly. And that connection still lingers, even if that relationship or person is far away, gone away, it's ended, it doesn't exist around you. The possibilities that they represented still occur to you. You still ruminate on the meaningfulness of that deep connection and what it brought to you. And it somehow is informing this truth that you are exposing in some major way in your world, at least in your profession, perhaps in your community, or on a broader, larger public stage. I'm going to clarify the 1st house, the Page of Wands, your perspective, and this excitement, this enthusiasm that you bring, coupled with the King of Swords. This is lovely. The King of Swords is really enforcing the incredible amount of work you've done in a really innovative way. If your craft, if your profession, if your career is around words, language, conversation, sharing of information, you've built up a powerful body of information and knowledge that you're now able to put forward through the lens of this opened up heart being a version of yourself that was previously less available to you. The need to hide your words or stunt your message in a way as to not provoke opposition has at times held you back, or it's impacted on your energy of sort of railing against a system or a power structure that felt as though you had to carefully wend your way through, navigate in a way that was difficult. Now you have that entire history nailed down with regard to that. You're not as careful. You don't need to be as careful because circumstances appear to be ripe for. You seem to have an audience that is ready and available, particularly an audience of youth that are hungry for the information that you have amassed, the knowledge you have gained. And you're open to talking with them, talking to anyone, but certainly as an expert. There's an expertise here that you're able to wield. In the 4th house, the Justice house in your foundation is clarified by the 7 of Swords. Yeah, wow. There is so much that you are cracking open, and that still continues to bring up uh, painful ways in which you looked for the help and support of others and you were denied that. And this isn't necessarily in your professional world or just in your professional world. We think of this as sort of like office politics, right? But this is in your personal life as well. This can be even your family origin, ways that love was strictly conditional. In order to get the love that you needed as a child, you were expected to do things for that. And it's not even something that was maliciously done to you. This could have been the necessity to care for a parent or a sick parent or a sick family member or a sick sibling or someone who relied on you for the help that you desperately needed for yourself. So that history is painful for you, but you have learned to no longer internalize that rejection. And instead, you understand that when you're moving towards an accomplishment or a goal, it's natural that people resist you for all kinds of reasons, often selfish and often through fear, a lack of understanding that feels uncomfortable to reveal. But you no longer internalize that rejection. You recognize it now to some degree as protection. And I feel like you've moved on from specific relationships, those that you could release, and that you understand that this is simply the price of success. You're on the path as you get close to something powerful. It is natural to encounter resistance, and the resistance that you have encountered has steeled you and helped you understand that it was not a reflection of your unworthiness. To the contrary, in the seventh house, the house of your significant relationships, the high priestess is clarified by the Three of Pentacles, and this is quite lovely. So I see you understanding deeper connections forged in the past. They weren't even forged. They appeared in your past, and you understand that not necessarily trying to go back and find or reclaim those opportunities is the path forward for you. You are instead willing to enlist support from those deeper connections you've forged along the way. You are open to working with people that you understand have a deeper and more profound understanding of what the message, the information you're trying to share. But you are working with experts like yourself. And this came out in your last reading. This is about collaboration with people that are not ranked by any conventional hierarchy. This is a team that is coming together to accomplish a goal, an important goal, to develop a resource, to build something that's lasting. And everyone has value in this system of collaboration that you are perhaps initializing or leading. But your opportunity, particularly with regards to a deeper connection or a possibility that no longer seems to exist in your life, is to invite those willing to do the work with you. That may be a point of connection when ultimately that may have been the point of that deeper, more profound connection in the past all along. And in the 10th house, the Ace of Swords is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. How lovely. Two aces here. The truth opens up a gateway to new resources, possibilities, abundance. the truth that you are sharing, the illumination, the new information, the new ideas that you are expanding and making available, exposing, are opening up new concrete and practical applications in the world. This is opening up a doorway of prosperity, perhaps the development of a new business, a new direction, a new department, a new team, a whole new area of practical productivity. This is very, very powerful. I'm going to finish this reading with a Seed and Sickle Oracle card. And this is about the area of your aspirations, the things you hope to accomplish on the global stage. So I'm going to pull the Mandrake, number 50, and I'm going to look that up. So, get the right book here. Number 50, the Mandrake. And Mandrake, of course, has many, many magical applications in many cultures. Not only do the roots of the mandrake grow in the form of a human, but there are also many tales of this little familiar taking on a life of its own and dispensing knowledge, wealth, and even visions of the future. You may not have a personal mandragora to point the way, but there are other signs and sources of guidance in your life leading you forward. Keep your eyes peeled for these little prophets throughout the next few days. This feels like a prophecy, and it certainly is resonating with the aces here and the power of knowledge and your wisdom in presenting new ideas to the world, new opportunities for abundance. If you've enjoyed this content, Virgo, check out more here. And until next time, namaste.